The next phase then is the submission of the business proposal. The company should consolidate components of step 2 with the following as one of the detailed business proposal. Comprehensive proposal with a table of content. You must have a marketing strategy, the phase and timeline of development, economic benefits, financial validation, environmental clearance, which is very, very important. If it's required that you do a full EIA and that EIA is not conducted, or that is not submitted as a part of your business proposal, then basically the proposal should not move forward. The Central Building Authority as well has its role to play, must give a no objection to this investment, and the supplementary documents, in terms of the guidelines. I joined BELTRAIDE in 2018. These conversations had taken place already. One of the things that I know happened was that in terms of the pre-feasibility, because pre-feasibility and these were things that were conducted. But if you went through this, there were things that were missing. For example, the EIA was not completed. Proof of funding. And so therefore it meant that whatever step that was, because you notice it says throughout it continues to speak about source of funding that has to be ascertained. And so therefore if it was not, then it simply means that in this case this project should not have proceeded because there were those things that were outstanding. And our job at BELTRAIDE is to inform whatever investor it is that until you satisfy these conditions, this application does not move.
Would you recall whether or not the Portico investment was substantially discussed at the committee level?
The discussion that I'm aware of, and of course after reviewing a minute of whenever that presentation happened, I could recall that there was a presentation, I think it was September the 4th, something like that, and 2019. And in that conversation, that's where, like I said, the purpose of an investor is to come and make a case to that, or to make a case to that committee. And it had to go through its phases. And like I said, as far as I could remember, in terms of the conversation, there were still those outstanding requirements, the thing about proof of funding and whether or not the full EIA was conducted. And if any entity does not provide those things or is substantiated by its presence in the application, then it should move. In any investment, we need to know that you have the funds to finance it. And upfront, in its initial phase, depending on the level of investment, you either provide 10% or 20% or show proof of funding. The other thing is the possible damage to the environment. And so therefore, it's important, depending on the level of investments and how potentially it can harm the environment, whether or not it becomes just a clearance plan, or it's a full EIA that's requested. So it's not a matter of passing a step. I can assure you, from where I sit, here or with BELTRAIDE, that if these things are outstanding, the investment doesn't move. It doesn't move.
So since these submissions were not met in step 4, that means this project should have been at step 3 then?
I believe so. I believe so. And as a matter of fact, they were notified